The Gingrich campaign, meantime, vowing to take the Republican contest all the way to the convention, despite what is looking to be a rough night in Florida. Joining me now is Rick Tyler, senior advisor to the pro-Gingrich super PAC, Winning Our Future. Good to see you, Rick. Good morning.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Let me get your sense of what's going on here, because certainly poll after poll after poll, none of them looks good. You had so much momentum coming into this. What happened?
Well, look, I'm a little suspect of the polls. You know, weekend polls are not very reliable. I think it's going to be a little closer than people suspect. But remember, Mitt Romney spent tens of millions of dollars. He's been running for 6 years, and he just can't seem to close this deal. There's still a large part of the party that just does not want to elect a moderate Massachusetts liberal to the White House, and they're looking for an alternative. I think that we're starting to see them coalesce around a real conservative, Newt Gingrich, who has a proven track record of fostering economic policies that create growth. He did that with Ronald Reagan and Jack Kemp, and he did that starting in 1995 when he became Speaker of the House. Art Laffer has a piece in the opinion section of the Wall Street Journal today that lays that out, why Newt Gingrich's economic program is far superior than that of Mitt Romney's, who, when he was governor, was 47th in job creation. So there's a clear distinction between who would be the better president in terms of economic growth and job creation, and that's Newt Gingrich.
Well, you know, those are the talking points, and we've heard them from your candidate, and there is no doubt that you've been outspent 4-1.
I just want to make sure everybody heard them. No.
And that is significant. 4-1 is significant. But what do you do about it? Are you going to have enough money really to move forward to go up against Mitt Romney? Because one way that you can say that the money's bigger now, which of course it is, bigger than any of us have ever seen before, but money's always been important, and frankly, Mitt Romney's getting more of it.
Well, Mitt Romney started here in Florida with a $5 million advantage. He's spent probably somewhere between $15 and $20 million. I know that our PAC spent $6. I know the campaign spent a little more, so we've definitely been outspent. But the nature of these false ads might work here in Florida temporarily, but eventually the truth catches up with you, and people will discover that these things Mitt Romney is saying about Newt Gingrich is not true. And when he's running out of negative things to say about Newt Gingrich, he's got to rely on saying positive things about himself. He hasn't been able to do that because he doesn't have a positive record to run on. He was not a conservative governor. All his conservative utterances today are at odds starkly with his record. He's not a job creator. He was not pro-life. He was not pro-business, and the record goes on and on. Where Gingrich, passed a balanced budget 4 years in a row. 11 million jobs were created under Newt.
I got to call you on something, Rick, because the last time you were on here and we talked about money, and you really pointed to the fact that you thought that the reason Gingrich was surging, in spite of being outspent by Mitt Romney, was because he had done so great in debates that people were seeing him as the better candidate. And in fact, now they're not. And you could make the argument that apart from the ads, your candidate had 2 not so good debates. In fact, he even acknowledged it after both times, saying why he didn't think he had such a good debate. Did he just get out-argued by Mitt Romney?
Well, on the one hand, it's hard to argue with a congenital liar and all these untruths that were coming at Newt rapid fire. The other thing is, Mitt Romney was told to make Newt mad because his whole surrogates are out there saying Newt's an angry person. I've never known him to be angry in the 12 years I've known him. And he failed to make Newt mad. So Newt didn't get mad. Newt didn't get angry like Mitt Romney. And it was Mitt who looked irrational and erratic in the debates to me. And, some people have said, one way or another. But remember, even Hall of Famers only hit the ball, 1 out of 3 times. And so, maybe Newt wasn't as energetic in one of the debates. But I don't think it's going to be decided by that. It should be decided by their records, not their rhetoric, but their records. And the records stand in stark contrast.
And Rick Tyler, I have to let that be the last word. Their records, not their rhetoric. Thank you. Good to see you, Rick.